Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is testifying today in the antitrust lawsuit filed by the Federal Trade Commission. In day one of the trial that could result in the company's breakup. The FTC is accusing Zuckerberg's company of creating a monopoly and stifling competition by purchasing Instagram along with WhatsApp. Meta says the purchases were necessary to compete with other popular apps like TikTok and YouTube. Let's bring in CBS News senior business and technology correspondent Jo Ling Kent. Jo Ling, what's standing out to you so far from what we're hearing from Zuckerberg and what prosecutors are asking him?
Well, it's really about the origins of Facebook and later Meta and who owns the company, how it works when it comes to connecting people together and friending, as it were. You might remember all those friend requests from back in the day. So essentially, you've heard both the opening statements from the FTC, which is alleging that Facebook illegally is operating in a monopoly situation here by purchasing Instagram and WhatsApp. And the lawyer for the FTC said, quote, that basically Meta, formerly Facebook, decided that competition was too hard. It would be easier to buy out rivals rather than compete with them. So that's the position of the FTC. Now, Meta also had its opening statements as well, and they denied these allegations, as they have the entire time since this case was brought back in President Trump's first administration. They say they face plenty of competition from TikTok and YouTube, X, Apple's iMessage, and beyond. And they say that if they lose this particular case, it will be unwinding the FTC's decision, the government's decision from back in the day, allowing the purchase of Instagram, the purchase of WhatsApp. But essentially, what we have here is the star witness, Mark Zuckerberg, being called to the stand on the first day. He's explaining and answering questions. And the idea, the whole core of this, is about who owns and operates this company and whether or not it's monopolistic behavior. So for the consumer, why does this matter to you? Well, it will ultimately determine who will own the social media apps that you're spending time on and what those apps do, the innovation behind them, the ad revenue, the targeting of the ads to get you to buy stuff. This is what it's about, because at the end of this, it is possible that Meta could be forced to spin off, say, Instagram or WhatsApp, depending on the situation, or everything could stay the same, Lindsay.
From your experience covering this beat, how difficult are antitrust cases to prove? Like, what are prosecutors up against in here in order to get to their ultimate goal, which is to have Meta spin those off?
I've been talking to antitrust lawyers today, and one of the biggest things that has jumped out is that this is all about documents that are presented, probably by the FTC, and then the way that Meta responds to them, in addition to the testimony from Zuckerberg and former CEO Sheryl Sandberg. And we are also likely to hear from the founder of Instagram, Kevin Systrom, among several other people. So the idea here is, what was the intent and how will it be interpreted by the judge? Now, of course, there's been so many cases brought when it comes to antitrust behavior over the last several years by both Trump and Biden's administrations, their DOJs, their FTCs. So we will see what ultimately plays out here, but this is certainly a landmark case. It's very important. It will help determine what happens with other cases down the line. But you can bet that Meta is fighting with every single tool they have, as is the FTC, to try to win this. But there's a lot of proof that has to be explained and made compelling to the judge here through evidence.
That judge, Judge James Boasberg, of course, people may remember he's been in the news quite a bit the last few weeks. Jo Ling Kent, thanks so much.
That's right. Thank you.